Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Wednesday in the NBA. It's going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And that wraps up things here in the studio. I'll see you again for the HP Halftime Report. Now, here's Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K broadcasting crew.
We're in the place they call Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors, where we're going to broadcast today's game live. Kevin Harlan here alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. 2K Sports welcomes you to our coverage of the NBA. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Baron Davis and Anthony Parker pair up in the backcourt. Jamison and Varejao in the middle. And it's Caspi in at the 3 slot. And for Golden State, David Lee and Andres Biedrich up front. Monte and Curry in the backcourt. And it's Wright in at the 3, the small forward.
It was inevitable that it would be a struggle for the Cavs last year, guys. I still don't think anybody saw what was coming with them out west.
And it's the Warriors to start out. Ellis outside. Jamison against Lee. Got a piece of it. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Curry with the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. We talked about the Cavs, Clark, and out west against the Western Conference. Just 4 wins in 30 games. Steve, that was the worst total in the league.
Yeah, they actually got swept in their 10 games against the Northwest Division. So, I mean, they knew it would be rough without LeBron, but they're on the move. They've got a couple of high draft picks to work with. They're trying to restock their talent base, and I think Cleveland is going to make major improvements this year.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, a bit ago, Byron Scott and I were able to chat. I asked how they're planning to handle one of the more explosive offenses in the NBA, and he responded by saying they'll do everything they can to force their stars into shots they aren't comfortable taking. They know they'll still score points, but making each look as tough as they can is their primary goal, gentlemen.
Great, thank you, Doris. So a little bit worried, Clark, about containing the opposing offense today.
Well, they better be. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons and scoring threats over there.
Steve?
Well, the way they play, I mean, they come out hard out of the gate. So you've got to be prepared defensively. You've got to be on your toes and be ready for that onslaught that you know is coming. What a great signing for Golden State, getting Darrell Wright as a free agent last season. He had a terrific year, became a big-time three-point threat.
Well, that was a serious heave there. You can't blame him too much for not being able to corral it in.
Here's Ellis. Gathers. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
That pass was right on the money. Set the play up perfectly.
Back to Wright for a second. He was signing, I thought Clark flew under the radar a bit, but he was a big factor for Golden State with his play outside.
Yeah, another one of those guys, you weren't quite sure what his game was, floundered a little bit, but found a home out in Golden State. And had a major role with the Warriors, and now is a confident score, particularly from the three-point line.
And, he's been around success. He was on that 2006 Miami Heat championship team as a young kid.
Excellent point, Kevin. And seeing that and seeing how that organization operates, that's a nice foundational piece for a young player.
Puts up the baby hook. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, it was another tough season, Kevin, for Biedrich. I mean, a year ago, his scoring and rebounding rates dropped off 2 seasons in a row, and he stayed relatively healthy. I mean, his confidence has to be shaken right now.
He misses the free throw. Well, Clark, part of the issue for Biedrich has been his difficulties at the free throw line. 2 seasons ago, remember this, Steve? A record low percentage at 16%.
Yeah, and again, last year, Kevin, near the bottom of the league in percentage, about 32%. And the problem there is when you're afraid to go to the line as a big man, especially, you lose your aggressiveness. And Biedrich's with, I think, a lot more potential than what he's shown production-wise the last couple of seasons.
Sessions up top. He's guarded by Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up. Sessions, no good.
Wherever he's been, Byron Scott has had success. I mean, he took the Nets to back-to-back NBA Finals appearances and helped the Hornets get back on track as well. His winning track record was just what Cleveland wanted when they brought him in to be their head coach.
And unable to corral the miss, and it goes on a play. Lewis Amundsen is checked in for the Warriors. Williams comes in for Steph Curry. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the first. Here's Ienga. Verjao with a screen on Ellis. And taken away by Ellis.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instincts by making plays just like that.
As soon as they made that steal, it was off and running.
Yep, and they acted on the clock, and that's an easy 2 points off the Pistons.
Even though they had a rough year, Byron Scott, Steve, knows how to get a team turned around.
And when the Cavs lost LeBron James last year, they knew it was going to be tough. So Byron came in, did a nice job of establishing a program, establishing a style, and really keeping things moving forward as the season went along. It was a tough season for everybody, but I thought Byron Scott did a nice job kind of keeping them afloat.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Well, all these missed shots is a definite concern. I like this timeout. I really do. Settle everybody down and try to refocus them on the game plan and execution.
Some changes. Hollins is checked in, and Anthony Parker is subbed in for Baron Davis. Here's Sessions, looking for his first bucket of the game. Williams picks him up. Right against Parker. Jamison inside, just 3 to shoot. Pulls it from the elbow. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Warriors leading by 4. On the wing, Ellis, covered by Parker. And that is good. 6 points for Ellis. There's 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now here's Sessions. Ienga dishes to Hollins. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Parker's shot is off. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Now Williams. Fires for 3. No good on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. Warriors ahead. They're up by 6.
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
And we'll see you in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Here is Sessions, still looking to get on the scoreboard.
It's well known throughout the league, guys, that the Oracle Arena fans are amongst the most loyal in the league. This team has been in the top half of the league in attendance for the last 7 seasons now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry at the 1 and Williams by his side at the 2. David Lee and Andres Beatrice up front, and it's Thornton in at the small forward. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, David Lee, drafted 30th back in 2005, he's been a better player in the NBA than he was in college. No one expected him to be this productive. I realized that I had to outwork everyone. I had to go after every rebound and bring an energy that no one could match. That's the only way I could play. I've gone from the last guy on the bench to the captain, and my work ethic hasn't changed. I still see myself as the last guy on the bench, and that drives me. And fellas, that underdog mentality fits right in.
Infectious enthusiasm, Doris. You see it every time he steps on the floor.
Now, that should be a rule. No layups. Protect the paint and make them earn every point.
Yeah, I think that's just tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
That free throw, no good. And the new owners haven't dismissed the possibility of moving the Warriors to San Francisco in 2017 when their lease expires at Oracle. That'll be an interesting time.
Well, and this is a team that has enjoyed such great fan support over the years without a lot of success on the court. And yet these fans in the Bay Area continue to come and support this Warriors team night in and night out.
You know, despite the fact that the Cavs really struggled and were a bit of a circus on the road anyway, they still managed to finish with a better road record than 4 other teams in the league.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 6. And Thornton kicks to Amundsen. Working on Samuels. 5 to shoot. And again, no good by Golden State. Clark, what you said about the Cavs, I'm not sure if that says more for them or Stephen A. and the 4 teams they finished ahead of.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, they knew it was going to be a tough year without LeBron James, but the thing I like about Cleveland is they continued to fight. They went through that horrible losing streak in the middle of the season, but they ended on an upswing. They won 5 of their last 10 on the road, and they're trying to build something strong for the future.
Here's Ellis, following the score by Cleveland. This one for 3. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Outside, Davis. Picked up by Ellis. Here's Samuels. Blocked. And some changes here for the Warriors. Terrell Wright's checked in for Thornton. And it's Williams in for Monte Ellis. Cavaliers making a switch here. Here's Williams. He's picked up by Parker. And Williams backs in. Here is Amundsen. 6 to shoot. Curry. Rebound by Parker. The Cavaliers trail by 3.
Kevin, Stephen Curry was the 7th pick in the 2009 draft. And if they did that over, he might be the 2nd pick. I mean, he's a terrific shooter and good potential as a playmaker. I think the Warriors got a steal.
Now here's Gibson. Takes a 3. No good. Outside Williams. Outside Curry. Williams kicks to Wright. Looking to end the drought. Gets it to go. Wright's got 6. Talking about the future of Steph Curry, Clark. He joined Team USA for the World Championships in 2010 to make the team after just his rookie season. Steve, a very impressive distinction.
Yeah, winning a gold medal. What an experience that was for Steph Curry and for a Warriors organization that hasn't had an all-star in almost 15 years. Curry represents the future of that franchise.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
I tell you what, the Warriors last season just 36-46 overall, 5 wins under 500, but they played the Eastern Conference even, 15-15 over the course of the season against the East.
changes. Andres Pietrins is checked in for Amundsen. Lee comes in for Yuba. And it's Ellis in for Steph Curry. Sessions checked in for the Cavaliers. Here is Sessions looking for his first bucket of the game. Picked up by Ellis. Sessions with it. Goes straight up. Drops in the layup for two. Sessions got his first basket of the night.
You know, some criticize the hiring of Mark Jackson by the Warriors because he has no prior coaching experience, but he's full of confidence. He's a leader. I think he's going to be a tremendous success there. I don't doubt it at all.
Now here's Wright. He has 6. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ellis.
Well, talking about Mark Jackson and his inexperience, remember Doc Rivers did the same thing. He took over Orlando without any coaching experience, and Doc has turned into one of the best coaches in the NBA. So Mark Jackson could be on a similar path. Very bright, very energetic, can really relate to the players. I think he's a good fit for Golden State.
Now the feed to Lee. Ellis against Sessions. Ellis the pass to Pietrins. Gibson against Williams. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot's good by Lee.
Well, I don't think you're going to miss too many like those.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Jamison with a screen on Ellis. And Sessions kicks to Jamison. Shot clock at 6. And it's Ellis with the rebound.
He should have knocked that one down, and he'll be the first one to tell you that.
We'll be right back here live from Oakland.
And it's HP at the half with an excellent game going on out at Oracle Arena. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Cleveland. They're an up-tempo team, and the ponies are running. The advantage in fast break points is obvious. No surprise here. The leading scorer, Monte Ellis. After 2, he's got 6 points and digging in on defense as well, putting in good work on both ends of the floor. And still hanging in there, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're struggling offense rearing its head once again. They need a consistent scorer to lead the way. Antoine Jamison off to a rough start. Not many positives for him so far. Just 1 bucket from the floor. That's going to do it for us here in the studio. We'll send you back to Kevin Harland and the crew. Second half call.
And welcome back to Oracle Arena here in the Bay Area. We're in Oakland tonight as we get set to resume play. Here's Davis.
Yep, I think it's pretty clear the higher you get, the harder the fall is to the bottom, and the Cavs found that out last year as they tried to rebuild, and it was as unpleasant as a season could be.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Jamison and Verjao in the middle. Baron Davis and Anthony Parker pair up in the backcourt, and it's Caspi in at the 3. Here's Ellis. The top to bottom, no pun intended, it was horrible for the Cavs. First time a team goes from the best record to the worst record in a year. Steve, that's a dubious distinction.
Well, we all know why it happened. I mean, it's based on one man, LeBron James, so talented, such a great player. Once he was gone, basically the entire foundation fell apart for Cleveland. So we'll see what happens as they attempt to rebuild without their star.
Now Jamison, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Jamison with a screen on Ellis. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
Boy, nice pick there, guys. I mean, gave him the space he needed for the hoop.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burton. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, the Cavaliers got a lucky break in this year's NBA lottery. The owner of the team sent his son as a representative, and it paid dividends with the #1 pick and multiple picks in the top 10. After the season they had, maybe this was the luck they needed to turn things around. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, as a native Buckeye, it was hard to watch the Cavs struggle as they did. I hope they get back on track this year.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
You know, one of the things the Warriors have done pretty well over the years is scout the D-League. They found guys like Reggie Williams and Jeremy Lin, and they do a nice job of finding talent.
Well, that's a really slick move to come up with that steal.
Parker dishes to Davis. He kicks to Caspi. And Jamison backs in. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on David Lee. Good point, Steve. Warriors do uncover some unsung talent. They've got some players who have moved on. Impressive shooters, the undrafted Anthony Morrow, former D-League players, C.J. Watson, Anthony Tolliver, and go on and on.
Yeah, and of course, Kevin, sometimes injuries have necessitated the Warriors being creative and finding some of those kinds of guys, but nonetheless, they seem to have done a good job of picking the right ones that fit in well.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, Antoine Jamison, after his injury, was coming off the bench for Cleveland, and it didn't quite sit too well with him. Eventually, though, he adjusted to it.
That one is no good. I thought for a star like Jamison to come off the bench, it's a big change for him. You warm up differently, you view the game differently, even if it is a part of injury rehab. So, Steve, it was an adjustment certainly for him.
Yeah, it was. It's always difficult when you're a starter and you're getting a lot of field goal attempts night after night to get moved to the bench. So for Jamison, it was an impressive adjustment that he made kind of on the fly, and I thought he eventually played really well off that bench.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Boy, what a scary incident last year for David Lee when his elbow ended up in the mouth of Wilson Chandler during a collision. And Chandler's tooth ended up in Lee's elbow. There was a scare about an infection, and it took a couple of weeks for the doctors to clear everything up.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Iyenga's checked in. Here is Davis. You know, I hate to go back to Lee's elbow, but I have to. I know. You saw the picture of what Chandler's tooth did. That's scary stuff.
Extremely scary. Really bizarre. I was actually amazed that he got back as quickly as he did from that. You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Well, it's unfortunate, but he just is not a dependable, consistent finisher, especially if a defense is right there in front of him.
Davis, the pass to Jamison. Safety move. He adjusts with the block. Right with it. 6 points for him. Up top, Curry. The shot. Kept alive. It's blocked. And here are the Cavaliers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Puts it up. And that one's good. Parker. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
You know, I really thought the Warriors made an effort to improve at the defensive end of the floor, and I thought they did, but not as much as they would have liked or needed to be a more competitive and consistent team.
Now, here's Curry. It's tipped.
He wasn't paying any attention to the defense. Poor pass there.
Inga, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
You give him an opening like that one, he'll take advantage. Great looking transition that time, guys.
Here's Ellis. There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter of the game. Going back to the Warriors' defensive issues, let me ask you first, why do you think they struggle?
Well, you know what? They don't have much size, and they struggle at the rim in defending the basket.
Steve?
Well, I think playing that fast pace leaves you vulnerable in transition at times. So to get better defensively, they may have to slow down their offense a little bit, guys.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, Cleveland's season actually started out pretty well last year after losing LeBron James. They were about 500 a month into the year, but then things just went south, and they had that horrific losing streak.
Golden State. Amundsen comes in for Andres Pietrich, and Udo subbed in for David Lee. And then for Cleveland, Hollins is checked in, and it's Samardo Samuels in for Antoine Jamison. .139 left in the third. Curry kicks to Amundsen. Up top right. He's got 6. Kicks it to Udo. Working on Samuels. Fires it up. In it goes off the glass. Here's Davis. A 2-point game. And Curry picks him up defensively. Outside, Davis. Parker outside. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
Shoots from 12. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Davis against Curry. Curry against Davis. Here's Samuels, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Boy, I love the way they've been attacking inside, Kevin.
All right, guys, they're getting a lot of points in the painted area, not settling for outside shots, and I don't see any reason to change strategy here.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
They seem to have lost their mojo offensively. Probably a good timeout here to try to get a play in and jumpstart their offense.
State. Williams comes in for Monte Ellis. And making a change here, the Cavaliers. Here's Curry. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2 shots. That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Here's Sessions. And Curry picks him up defensively. He gathers. And that one's good. Sessions got his second bucket.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Now here's Williams. From deep. That one goes. Caught. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Check in with Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Cavaliers that garners the Sprite Spark today. Things fell for them in a big way in the third quarter, and that's when they took control of this basketball game. We'll see if they can keep things going their way to end this thing.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, it was a scoring run that proved extremely important.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what? I think that's exactly when they grabbed this one by the throat, really seized control of it.
And you could see their energy just building as the game went on. And by the end of that run, they really took control of everything.
Out of length with Udo and Beatrice up front. Ella's at point with Williams. They're the backcourt. And it's Thornton in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors' foul. Williams with three. And another three for Golden State.
6 points in short order. 2 straight from deep. That's what can happen with that three ball.
Yep, they got it going. Nice clean looks.
Sessions against Ellis. Parker outside. 5 on the clock. Samuels with the charge. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ellis. Outside Williams. He's picked up by Parker. Williams dishes to Thornton. He's against Samuels. Takes it up. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You know, their field goal percentage is creeping up toward that 50% mark, which is a nice change from the first half.
Well, they already had the lead, so now that they're starting to shoot the ball better, I would look for them to take control here.
Free throw dropped for Thornton. Here's Sessions. The shot is off, so the Warriors take it the other way. Even numbers. The kick out to Williams. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers trail by 3. And here is Parker. Now Casper. Clock at 6. From 17 feet out. Parker's shot is off.
Cannot count on him to miss a good look like that very often.
And Thornton kicks to Ellis. Fires from the wing. The shot by Williams, no good.
And that's not really his range. Has a tough time in that mid-range area.
With the fadeaway. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Warriors leading by 3. Ellis outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They've trailed by as many as 6. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Here is Udo. Pass to Thornton. Working it around now. Outside Williams. And again, no good by Golden State.
This guy's a good three-point shooter, but that was probably from a little bit too far.
Yeah, not what I would call working to get the best shot either.
Sessions, no good. And here we go, Monte Ellis. Now here's Williams. Back to Ellis. That's the free fly. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
Well, neither team is really gaining an edge rebounding-wise here, and the score reflects that.
Well, one team can start hitting the boards harder. I mean, it could give them a good chance to pull away.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're in front by 1. 1:35 left to play here in the fourth. I think Dennis broke some for us right now. Dennis?
Over that last break, Kevin, I had a chance to hear what Mark Jackson said to his club. With clearly a tough mountain to climb in front of them, he tried to pick his team up, saying, guys, I know we've got our best basketball ahead of us. It's time to step up and fight our way back into this one. Guys, let's watch it play out.
Now here's Curry. Ellis right side. And it's Jamison picking him up. Jamison against Lee. And that's going to be too many steps. That's the whistle on the travel.
You know, guys, you look at it, one turnover in the game, sometimes that can get overlooked. But I think it shows how well he's playing. I mean, he's really making the most of every possession.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They trail by 1. We've got 1:18 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Davis. He feeds it to Jamison. It's tipped.
Such a clutch steal. Exactly what they needed in this situation.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up by 2. Perfect from the line. It's a 3-point ball game.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Here's Davis. Back to Jamison to tie it up. And Wright pulls it down. Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kevin.
Curry with it. Picked up by Davis. 4 on the clock. Screen by Lee. It's Curry. That's out on the assist from David Lee. And the Warriors lead by 6. Timeout call the Cavaliers. They're trailing by 6. 27 seconds left in the fourth. is Caspi. And here is Davis. Lets it go from deep. No good from Caspi.
As a player, you always want to be able to answer back, but he just didn't have it in him that time.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that's an intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul, third team foul. At the line of goal, Montes taking 2 shots.
First free throw missing for him. Does make the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Here is Davis. He goes up. It's rebounded by Golden State. Now Curry. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Holland saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.